What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. It's at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link is in the description box below. Um, Low hanging love, like low hanging fruit. You know, I was thinking about this because sometimes people, when I talk about relationships, uh, I I sometimes talk about the dysfunction, and sometimes the dysfunction has to do with people needing to be in dysfunctional relationships because that's the only love that will accept their fuckery. It's low hanging love. It's you don't want to be with a person. Some people don't want to be with a person who actually challenges their intellect or challenges their manners or challenges their ideology. Because sometimes you gotta realize some of your better relationships are relationships that are not gonna necessarily be uh, be bathed in conflict, but a bit of sharpening. Like, look, you kind of bounce off of each other to make each other better people. Not out of disrespect or hate, but out of love. But some of us don't want that. Some of us want to do what we've been doing because we're comfortable in it, even though it's dead wrong. And we wind up um, being attracted to people or attracting people who love us on a low level because they'll accept it. You know, they have their standards are just as low as yours. See, you can go out in public with them and act any kind of way and carry yourself any kind of way and embarrass yourself and your significant other, and they'll stay because they're gonna need because your love is on a low level, and why would they confront you about your bullshit when they got their own bullshit that you're gonna have to let them get away with? So you see these relationships where people are together and the misery loves company type of love, and it's like, I mean, and you wonder why they never leave each other, or or you wonder, or sometimes as you get older, you like, y'all, I don't know why y'all gonna go somewhere. Y'all just gonna be in the same relationship with somebody else. You're just gonna be miserable with somebody else because this is your pattern. You gotta have a dysfunctional love, and that's the problem to a degree for some. You know, if you're selfish, you want to be with somebody who lets you be selfish. Because if somebody challenges you to be more selfless, that's outside of your comfort zone, and you don't want to love on a higher level. You don't want to raise your vibration or your frequency, or become a more well-rounded person, you know. And why would you? That's why drinkers might be in love with drinkers, and they might have their smokers may be in love with smokers, and that actually may be something that brings them together. And it's not the alcohol or the 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 drugs that actually bring them together. It's the misery and the pain that cause them to be drinkers and smokers that they're good with. They're cool with that. You know, cheaters with cheaters. Or cheaters are with users. It's how it is. It's how it goes. And when you see this mismatch, when they get with somebody who they even may like, and they even might be trying to turn over a new leaf, but that person that they are trying to love now is outside of their comfort zone, is somebody who loves on a higher level, and they can't help but fall short repeatedly with that person. They can't help but um, shortchange that person, and sometimes there's a lot of guilt in that because they know they know better for one, and they know that person doesn't deserve that. Sometimes this is how you get in these relationships where a person will know that they're taking out their frustrations on the wrong spouse. They know that they're giving the wrong person a hard time. And I think I talked about this before, that that's how you get those people who um, they'll be good to the wrong people and bad to the right people, you know. And you get that cycle creates itself because they were loving on a low level, and when they moved up and somebody on a high level loved them, they dogged them out. And then when they dogged them out and it was over, they was guilty. So the next person that came along, they treated them like gold, even though they probably weren't deserving of it, and they got dogged out. It's just karma. And that created the cycle and the cycle because they were loving on the wrong people. You were treating the present person good because you treated the past person bad, but you still haven't accepted or loved the person you were with, which ultimately causes a conflict because you're still loving on a low level. Um, Another aspect of that is also you love on a low level because you love yourself on a low level. You don't have a high self-esteem. You don't hold yourself in high regard. You don't hold yourself accountable for your actions. You don't you shortchange yourself. That's why it's acceptable for somebody else to shortchange you. You know, you how can I say this? You're cheating on yourself, so why not cheat on somebody else? You know, and you have these type of people that are in relationship together. It's the and unfortunately, some people don't want to love on a higher level because they're scared. Because to love on a high level, you're gonna have to have standards that everybody can't meet. So you'd rather have somebody than go through a time period to probably get yourself right and get with the right somebody, but you'll just take any old body because you're scared of being alone. And some people say they're scared of being alone, and what I mean by scared of being alone is you're scared to be with yourself because of all of your insecurities, issues, hang-ups, flaws. You're scared to be in a room with your flaws and with your own mind. You're not at peace with yourself. You need somebody to um, project your frustration out to instead of deal with yourself and fix your internal problems that you have control over. Because you know, gotta be honest about this. Where you say that a lot of the issues we have were probably issues. Well, some of those issues were given to us, and we have to work those out. And others are issues that we created that we may be ignoring. So the ones that you created, you have a responsibility and an obligation to fix those for yourself. The ones that were given to you, I mean, you're just gonna have to make the best out of it. Unfortunately, like some people can get over it, some people can't. Some people can function with it, some people can't. But you're gonna continue to love on a low level if you know you're loving yourself at that same low hanging level. So I'm out with this one. Peace.